There are times when the entire internet comes together to worship a new hero. A hero that comes from nothing to conquer everything. Somebody that just provides hope or something. Because normally on this channel, we're talking about football and footballers and in soccer sometimes when I feel like I want to get bullied a little bit on the internet. But what if somebody from the animal kingdom decides that they want to participate in this event? What if David Attenborough sicks his minions on all of us? What if every Disney princess steps onto the field and starts singing and summons a singular raccoon? Yes, a raccoon that just spawned in the middle of an MLS midweek match between Philadelphia Union and NYCFC about 20 minutes into the contest. And not only did it capture my attention, it captured my heart and maybe even my soul. You see, this clip is quite long. This clip is almost 5 minutes long. If you were paying attention on the internet, you might have noticed that there was a raccoon running rampant during an MLS game. But what you probably didn't realize watching 10, 15-second clips of that raccoon traveling around is that this raccoon spent over 2 minutes ducking, dodging, diving, and then I think it's dodging again. I don't really remember what the quote is. All of the people that were trying to capture it. This raccoon put in over 2 minutes of action on the field, and the clip itself is some of the finest TV work this side of this century, because they didn't just not show you it like some sort of streaker was on the field. No, if you're a streaker from the animal kingdom, they kept that camera on the raccoon the entire time, and the play-by-play broadcasters gave you a play-by-play of the raccoon running around. But here's how it started.
Attack.
Now
you hear the crowd initially sound its recognition that there is something going on. Now, first, if you're watching this on TV, and of course, all MLS stuff is on Apple TV here, if you're watching this, you're thinking, there's a streaker on the field or somebody's running onto the field. But then the play-by-play announcer lets you in on the secret that's about to change your entire life.
what seems like a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence here, or at least once every so often, a raccoon has found itself on the field, much to the delight of many home fans. Of course, the game has to be stopped momentarily. And what's interesting here is Matt Freese has absolutely no intention of removing the animal either.
Obviously, probably a good call. I mean, attempting to remove this raccoon without professional help seems like a bad idea, but this raccoon, I have no idea how a raccoon ends up on a professional soccer field, but the fact that it's just waltzing around here and everybody's cheering it is just one of my favorite things about humanity. All of a sudden, we have created this giant shared experience inside of this stadium where everybody's just entertained by the fact that a raccoon happens to have wandered into the middle of a professional sporting event, and now you have to deal with like how exactly are we going to be able to remove this raccoon from the field. But that wasn't before the raccoon continued its joyride around the premises.
Can you blame him? I'd like to see the heat map here. Oh, it's going up and over. Oh my, what a show off.
I mean, this raccoon's putting on a freaking show. This raccoon is putting on a show. He's doing tricks. This looks like me in like Skate 2. He's going up on the sign, doing a little 180 off of it. I mean, it's almost like the raccoon is aware that the crowd is completely emotionally invested in it at this point, because the raccoon had the opportunity to leave there. Could have gone off the field, could have gone off the other part of the sign, and then just went, you know what? I'm staying. I'm not fucking leaving.
Well, we promise you this isn't the Nature Channel. You are watching MLS.
I'll just stop it there. This dude's great. Particularly the play-by-play announcer, freaking fantastic. Love this man.
And pass on Apple TV, and we are told that pest control is on the way to remove a rather adventurous raccoon off the field. Oh, now he's had enough. He needs a breather.
Does he? Come on, raccoon!
We need to find him a ball because he's moving very well in the centre of midfield.
Oh, wow. This is just incredible scenes.
The line, we need to find him a ball, he's moving incredibly well in center midfield, is definitely in the top 5 lines of this entire shot, by the way.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as bizarre as this, particularly given the amount of time he's remained on the field as well.
At this point, we have now already reached over a minute where this raccoon has run around a large portion of the field and nobody has appeared to deal with this problem. Now, I realize that you probably don't have up front some way to deal with the fact that a raccoon might just invade the pitch at some point during the match, but there's got to be somebody that's working in the event staff that has, like, any idea how to deal with this at all. I mean, it's such a random problem to run into that the more I talk about it, I'm actually not surprised that they didn't have any way to deal with this. I'm just surprised that the raccoon managed to stay within basically the boundaries of the field. It's like the raccoon's actually playing the match.
Yeah, this is how you clear out a party.
Well, we've got all sorts of staff members here at Subaru Park that are now bringing out the trash cans to try and capture the animal.
So here we are introduced to our first protagonist, well, outside of the raccoon itself, obviously. We have somebody sprinting in with a trash can. I can imagine there were furious conversations about the safest way to capture a raccoon, and this dude's just running towards it with a trash can, which, as you might be able to guess, is not going to go well, because this raccoon becomes a legend, not just because of his heat map or, you know, his N'Golo Kante type stamina running all the way across the field, but his agility as well.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is entertainment of its own kind, isn't
Yeet!
it?
And you thought Messi matches
See you
had
later.
pitch invaders.
Well, here we go. The raccoon now maneuvering away from several of its potential captures.
I mean, this raccoon's got pace. The guy with the trash can's out of the picture. Gets absolutely cooked here. Throws a little feint one way, hits him the other way, and this raccoon's going right down to the other end of the field after running a couple of consecutive wind sprints before this. This guy's a generational athlete. Somebody needs to sign him up to play a gegenpress in Germany before I do. And now he's got this guy right here. He's got some sort of Secret Service escort. Like he's giving live reports to the rest of the stadium staff about the live position of the raccoon, as if not everybody in the entire stadium is already paying attention to this awesome thing that is unfolding before us. That, or, you know, they're trying to make sure the raccoon is protected from any particularly untoward violence. After all, this raccoon is becoming the most famous person at this match.
What's the guy with the headset gonna do?
And it takes over a minute and a half, right, to start to cut to the players, and this guy's face just kills me because this guy is on the losing team. So Philadelphia Union's down 1-0 here, and we're getting into the 22nd minute, and you can tell he is just, at the very least, annoyed, and at the very most just absolutely fuming that the match has been delayed so long. You know, he wants to get back to it and try and get Philadelphia back in the game, and the match is delayed by a raccoon running around the field. But it's almost as if the entirety of the stadium and the TV broadcast just forgot that there were players on the field at all, and finally starts to cut to them during this. But you can't take us away from the raccoon content for too long.
Oh, he's going in.
So the crowd crescendos here because now we've got an actual tactical team of trash can armed people starting to close in on the raccoon. And our boy knows this, right? Our dude recognizes what's happening and puts a John Wick, Jason Bourne type of plan in place. Here we go.
Raccoon now evading even more of the individuals trying to capture him. There's 3 or 4 of people around him, and still the raccoon goes on.
Look at that. You got 3 or 4 people trying to grab this raccoon. We got people trying to catch the raccoon with their bare hands, and this dude's still got the moves. Once again, we've got some trash can wielding buffoon who's been left in the dust. He's been thrown asunder by the juke moves of this incredible, incredible raccoon.
This is marvelous entertainment.
At what point are we just rooting for him?
And then they finally got him. Except they didn't.
Very nearly got away. Go on, Raccoon. Very nearly got away. You can get out. Don't hurt him. They got him.
You have the analysts go, at what point are we just rooting for him? And then you have the play-by-play guy in an MLS match say the sentence, "Go on, Raccoon," as he slips out from underneath the trash can for the second time. Bro, this is it's just so brilliant and awesome and funny. And the raccoon was fine. They eventually got it in the trash can. They slipped something under the trash can and like released it, even though that was kind of they took them a while. The rest of this clip from 240 to 450 is them trying to figure out like how they're going to actually get the raccoon off the field now that they finally clipped his wings and he's no longer soaring. But this is just pure brilliance. Love the play-by-play broadcast. Love the actual work of the TV. And it became such a meme. First of all, the video you've been watching, just in case you hadn't noticed, is on the official MLS Twitter account that said, "Screw it, Raccoon highlights." MLS Communications tweeted unofficially, Racquinho the Raccoon, obviously, brilliant nickname, spent 161 seconds on the field tonight, which was the most by a raccoon in MLS history. Also, tremendous raccoon picture right there. Excellent. Tops, the trading card company, announced that the raccoon who invaded the pitch at yesterday's game is getting his very own MLS trading card available now. Huge. I will be making a purchase. Then we have the back of the trading card, which I'm going to open up for you right here. Yeah, I have to zoom in apparently. The back of the trading card, we've got another action shot of Racquinho, which is nice. BR Football, Bleacher Report, tweeted, "Let's see it, EA Sports FC," with a 99 overall rated Racquinho card with 88 pace, obviously 95 elusiveness, plus 5,000 MLS MVP odds. Honestly, I'd vote. Love for trash cans, 0. Entertainment factor, 99. Wanted by Chelsea and Manchester United, 100%. Definitely has more pace than Casemiro, so that's a good start. Mark McClure tweeted out an actual raccoon heat map, which I had no idea I needed until just now. But I can tell you what, I will always remember Racquinho, the greatest raccoon who ever lived. And if any raccoon ever comes along after this, they will be compared to Racquinho, and they will not be compared favorably, because you cannot mess with the GOAT. All right, now we can't do comparisons across species, but I think it is very clear who the GOAT raccoon actually is. Long live Racquinho, and what a tremendous 2 minutes of action in MLS midweek. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.